Let me do it. You wanna talk about it? We gon' talk about it. You wanna talk about it? That Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. Let me do it. WCEG, Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South.
And we are back on WCEGWOOD, the Hollywood of the South. I'm Wardell Richardson, your host, and I'm in the studio with Zuri McCants, my co-host.
Hey, everybody.
And Tobie Famusipe3. Did I say it right?
Famusipe3.
Boom!
Yeah.
Wow.
Boom, that's 2 for 2.
Man, can't tell me
2
nothing.
for 2.
Can't tell me
Can't tell
nothing.
you nothing.
Now, before we got off the phone, before we went on break, Zuri asked you a question like, what was the distinct difference between here in the States and over in Nigeria? And what was your answer to that?
Technology,
Technology, and you said
Right.
something as a language
and the accent.
and the accent.
Mhm.
Okay. And so, but everything else is pretty much the same?
Everything else is pretty much the same. Editing has gotten way better than when Nigeria, started going into movies.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that in Nigeria and over their period, that they're following for African acting and stuff. It's
And
the
music.
following is amazing.
Right.
Like-
Afrobeat music and acting. Afrobeat right now, I'm so proud. This is the best time to be alive for me personally because Afrobeat now is actually hitting the radio waves here in
Yeah, explain what that is.
Afrobeat. Oh my gosh. I
What?
should brought you some
I'm just-
samples.
You don't know what?
Oh no, I got you. No, I got them. I'm gonna bring you some.
You gotta explain it to people.
Right,
who don't know.
Afrobeat is a fusion of Afrobeat, Afro drums, percussion,
Okay.
together mixed with the language.
Okay.
It's just a mixture of
And that's the dance and stuff that you be seeing people do and stuff.
right.
I got you.
So, Afrobeat music. That's what I grew up with. Afro jazz.
Okay.
You know, there's some famous stars in Afrobeat music now who actually their stuff is being played on the radio, 107.59, 107. So I actually went to a club a few months ago and they were actually playing Afrobeat music. Made a brother proud.
Yeah.
I made me proud.
Yeah.
Made a brother proud. I got on the stage. I got out there dancing like, what do you know about that? I said, no, I asked you, what do you know about that? That's from where I came from, you know? So I was really happy to see it. Now back to the movies. The way movies are done, Nigerian filmmakers are learning from how things are done, not just in Hollywood, but in Bollywood and in Europe as well.
Right.
So what they do is they take all those ideas and they make it theirs. They fuse it and they come up with their own.
Okay.
Okay. So I've seen how movies now. If Nigerian movies can make it to Netflix and Hulu, they've done something right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I see Nigerian films right now on Netflix,
But I
I'm
thought
so
they
proud.
did. Yeah, I often say they do have Nigerian films and stuff on
Right on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, you can. I mean, like someone was saying earlier, you could. There's part 1, part 2. We call it a series. They don't call it a series. They call it parts 1, parts 2, part 3, and 4. You know, they just go just straight out, just like that. So, and eventually, when things gain ground here for me, I'm taking this home.
Right.
I'm going to shoot films at home.
What's the most challenging thing you've had to deal with in this business? Like trying to get started, you know, working, doing your own films and stuff. What was the most challenging thing you had to face?
Trusting people.
Yeah.
Trusting
Okay.
people. And are the people really trying to help you? Or there's an ulterior motive? Or people use you, or when people use you, they use you and they spit you out.
What do you
Oh, yeah.
mean by that, though? What do you mean? Like, give us an example of somebody using you if you're in the film industry. Like,
People don't take you seriously. People don't think you're capable of doing certain things. These are the reasons why I decided to start doing things on my own. I learned from a lot of people. I've learned from a lot of people in this industry.
What I've learned in this industry is that a lot of people will turn on you.
People will turn on you.
They will turn on you in a hot millisecond.
Right.
And you don't know why, you don't know where it comes from. Atlanta is full of rumors and gossips.
Yep.
And things like that. And
hearsays.
if you're not strong in this industry, it will break you.
It'll break you.
Trust and believe it will.
It'll break you.
You know, I've done domestic violence, and all of a sudden I'm a woman beater. I've done all kind of stuff, and I done turned into, and I just like, really? When I heard that, I just almost fell out my seat. I said, what? But
That's
see,
when
people don't
can't separate the character
right.
from the person.
But see, people don't understand that I've moved women from different states to states, put them in homes, help a lot of people get away from domestic violence situations, which is why I was honored twice last year for domestic violence month. I was honored. So with that being said, you know, a lot of people, you know, it boils down to people not trusting, you know, the process and the people who they're with. You know, I'm such a loyal person. When I get involved with someone, I'm there. You know, I'm all in. I'm all about working with you. I'm all about making sure we have a great product and everything, a great film. I do whatever it takes to make sure it gets done. So, that's been my reputation in this business for a very long time. But it's certain people in this business you can't deal with. And it's just what it is. Like, you work with them, and then they'll turn, and then you're just like, man, I can't do this.
You said something, loyalty, which has been my Achilles. It's been my Achilles heel.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty. I'm loyal to a fault. It's gotten me in trouble. Loyalty has gotten me in trouble. Loyalty has cost me. It has cost me. But at the same time, I can't change who I am.
Right.
As a person. When I'm the kind of person, people who are in my inner circle will tell you about, Tobie will give you the shirt off his back. And sometimes he hurts himself in the process.
But how have you been burned?
Have I been burned?
Yeah.
I don't want to put
You don't have to say who or
at risk
I'm
of
just saying,
not
like,
mentioning.
what types of things happen in the industry. Like,
I had a situation years ago. I'm going to talk about it. I don't want any names. But I had a situation years ago where I was casted for a film. And I was excited about it. I was excited even working with this individual. And we had a photo shoot. The photo shoot went well. And we were not told that we cannot post photo shoots. We were not told. But the head of the whole project was posting. And I said, okay, it's cool. Maybe it's cool to post. I posted. In less than 24 hours, I got a call. Tobie, I can't believe you posted the pictures out there when I told you not to post this and that. You know what? We're moving you off the project. I'm like, say that again? No, we're going to remove you from the project. And I'm like, wow. And I was friends with this individual. This individual goes back to what you previously said.
Right.
Turned on me.
Right.
This individual was smiling at me, smiling in my face, did everything whatsoever, and I got fired off my first project because I posted pictures. I'm like, wow.
You know what's funny is people are very sensitive to that, and I learned that along the way. I always ask first before I wasn't even
warned, Wardell. I wasn't even warned. They didn't even warn us at the photo shoot. No one said anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I'm so funny now from what I've learned that I ask before I do anything. If it's not my project, I just ask. Hey, can we post this? Can we not post this? Can we go live? You know what I'm saying? While we on set, I ask all those questions because some people are so secret that they don't want people to know. And then I've seen that happen, what you just said. I've seen them post stuff, and then when we post stuff,
it becomes
a problem because they want to be able to put the shine out there and stuff, which I let them have that.
And two, I have to put this out here because this has been my motivation and my drive. See, I just use it as fuel, as motivation. I had an individual who I still look up to. I had an individual that told me that I wasn't ready to lead.
Okay.
I wasn't ready to lead a project. And took somebody that was really close to me and replaced me with that individual. Okay. Said I wasn't strong enough to carry a film. That cut me deep. At that moment, I wanted to walk away from the whole thing. And it took Money Sutton. I know I've mentioned her name several times today. It took Money to tell me you cannot let that person beat you. You can't. There's room for everybody.
When I first got in this industry, I was in theater.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lead role by default. And the very first thing I ever did, because the guy who was the lead guy disappeared. I was playing the antagonist in the play,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wasn't pulling it. I was awful. The first thing I ever did. So they were like, "Man, you such a nice guy. You can't play this role. We're gonna put you. You're gonna be the good guy." So they gave me the good guy role, which was the lead guy. But that hurt me so bad that I went to classes and I was like, I am going to master this thing. I'm going to be a bad guy. Mm-hmm. And when I became a bad guy, I became a bad guy. Mm-hmm. Now, even Penny, because she laughing because she know. People, when I finished doing, and I mentioned this before, the last time project, that domestic violence film, when I walk out and people are afraid to come and talk to me because of the job I did, and when I got booed by the entire audience in the theater because of the job I did.
You did your job.
And when I ran into people who said, man, I wanted to beat you. But it was great.
Right.
That's when I knew I did my job.
You did your job.
I said, okay, I conquered that thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, it's like I love being the bad guy. That's weird, but I love being the bad guy. And I love it because it's a challenge for me.
Because it pushes you.
Yeah, it gave me that edge.
You out of that
I needed.
gentle giant mentality,
right,
and now you're doing something.
And that's what people was calling me, like, "Man, you too nice to do. You da. So when I did a bad role like that, I'll never forget. This guy asked me at the theater. He stood up and he said, "Listen, I got a question for Wardell." I'm like, "What's that?" He said, "How in the world did you get into a role like that? Because I know you. How did you learn?" I said, "Man, I had to go sit in the corner and think of the worst thing I could think of that would just make me angry. And that's when somebody messed with my daughter.
And
I would
the
lose it. My
mentality-
kids, period.
Right, and that's
I
the
would just lose it.
mentality I have when I'm doing something of such character. That's
Right.
what I go, something that's going to tick me off right away. We have daughters.
Right.
I have a daughter. I have a
Right.
14-year-old daughter. So it's like, don't mess with my lady. Don't mess with my child. That is an act of war, right there.
Right.
That's an act of war.
Yep.
For me. So, I was told that I wasn't ready to lead, and that till this very day has been the fire, has been the fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Gonna
took
prove
it
her wrong.
and flipped
To
it.
prove her
And
wrong.
guess what? This individual came back years later and said, "I'm sorry." When
Well,
stuff
You should have
started
been like, "Don't
coming
be
up.
sorry. You made me better."
You made me
Right.
better. Those
Right.
words telling me that I was not
Yeah.
ready to lead. What I knew I was. And then I felt betrayed because somebody close to me took the spot.
But
I'm
were
like,
you?
I was.
You were.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I was. If I suck, I'll be the first. I suck. I can't do it.
That's why I tell you,
suck.
like, when I first did that first play,
You
man,
know.
I was awful. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I had
Mm-hmm.
but they gave me this role, and it was the lead role, and I was sweating bullets. Like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
But after that, I went into classes, and I stayed in school for a while, and I just wanted to learn. I needed to know what I was doing, like why I'm here, like what's the essence of what I'm doing. Because when I got into it, it was just to try and see if I even liked it. Mm-hmm. And then I got bumped to a lead role, and I was like, oh my God. So, with that being said, it became something, I almost, just like you, ran off and just left the whole thing from that. Because I had a guy say to me, he said, I was the weakest link in the play. That's what he told me. And I said, okay. So
My father's voice was in my head when I wanted to walk away.
And
My dad was like, "You are a Famusipe3. We don't surrender. We don't surrender. If they say you cannot do it, that's when you go back and you do it. You let them know that you can do it.
Yeah.
We are Famusipe3s. We do not quit on anything," which is true, which is the
Yeah.
family motto.
Right.
We never quit on anything.
Right.
We are the most stubborn bunch of suckers you've ever known. You did not come all the way to be an actor and fail. Not in this house. When you start something, you must finish it.
I swear all Nigerians are like that.
yeah, yeah.
Finish it.
Yeah.
I know, my brother. You know, it's like you did not come all the way this far to fail. That is, we do not accept failure in this house.
Right.
Yeah.
If you are going to fail, at least try.
Yeah. Now you can say you did your best.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my father's voice was ringing in my head. Like, if Dad was alive today, that's exactly what he's going to say. When I spoke to my mom was like, yeah, that's your father. You sound like your father, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, you know, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to let these people break me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let these people break me. So,
Oh.
for, you know.
When we just filmed last weekend, we were there from 10:45 in the morning until right before I had to go change for Janice's party.
Really? Oh my God, that's a
Yes,
long day.
Yes, and you know, this is pro bono, not getting paid. I'm doing
Right.
this for the love of doing it
Right.
and for experience. And we were doing a scene, and he wanted me to say something a certain way, and I don't know if I was in my head or what, but he looked at me. He told me, he was like, "You are horrible."
Oh my gosh.
And you know what I
Damn.
did?
That right there just boosts you up, though.
But you know, like when he said that, he was like, "You are horrible." I was like, "Thank you." Now, how do you want me to do it again? Like, that's exactly. Let me tell you, when you've gone through some of the things that I've gone through, like, it takes a lot to shake me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody gives me, you know, criticism, I just, you know, focus on like proving them wrong.
What was
So-
one of your biggest challenges since you've been getting into that? What's your biggest challenge you had?
Oh, of course, my biggest challenge was, you know, going through cancer. You know, I feel like if you come through something like cancer, and I you know, it wasn't just, I've gone through everything, chemo, surgery, radiation, you know, and I'm here. So when you go from not knowing if you're going to be here the next day, there's nothing like
Yeah.
death. You know, if you
Right.
face death, then you can face anything.
Right.
So if somebody tells me you can't do something, I'm like, that's just your opinion.
Right.
You know, they say
Wow.
opinions are like, you know what, everybody has one.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, he told me I was horrible, and I was like, okay. And then I got it, and he's like, you know, I was just saying that because I wanted you to. I
Isn't that
knew
funny?
you could get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? They
Yeah.
come back. People will come back and say
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I only said that because just to motivate you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, you know what? Whatever works.
Right.
Whatever works. You know, let's work.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
Yeah.
so when you got to start doing your films and stuff like that, what then became your biggest challenge?
now when I started doing the films, what became
Like,
my biggest challenge?
Yeah, what became your biggest challenge? Like, what obstacles you came up against trying to do your own thing or just being in other films and stuff like that? Was it you challenging yourself or?
I think it's me more challenging myself. Because like I said, like outside doesn't really affect me. So it's me getting out of my head. You know, that's why I asked you in the beginning, you know, how old were you when you decided to go to acting school and stuff like that? Because the biggest thing you hear people say, like, well, you're too old. You're too old. You know, so that's one of the things. Is it too late for me to like really trying to take this thing seriously? You know what I'm saying?
Not an age limit in acting. This is the one job you can do. How old's the woman that did Black Panther?
I was just
90?
about to
80,
say
80,
that
80
80 something, yeah. And she said,
92. 80,
Morgan Freeman
Yes.
got his break when he was in his late 40s
Yep.
with Lean On Me. Was it Lean On Me?
Yeah, and that woman on Black Panther, that was the first thing she ever did.
yeah. And it
got
was
the
a
role.
major
major
motion
blockbuster
picture.
hit.
Right.
Morgan Freeman
Right.
inspires me. If you had to ask me which actors inspire me, and it was an inspiration for me, of course, a huge percentage would say Denzel Washington and, you know, whatnot. But to me, it was Morgan Freeman because
Right.
I am 47 years old. And the breakthrough is on the horizon.
Right.
And my father's voice is cheering me on. You cannot stop. You must finish the job.
Right.
Finish the job. So, Morgan Freeman, Lean On Me, he was in his late 40s or so when he got his break. The man is like almost 80 and he's still putting out movies.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman is, I think he's probably him and, well, who's the other one? He's one of the most underrated. He's just
Sidney
underrated.
Poitier?
No. Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Underrated.
Who has not won an Oscar. That stage
that's
did
what
that
I'm saying.
man
That's what
wrong.
I'm saying.
That's so wrong.
He is so underrated because he is one of the best actors
Out there.
And he is in everything.
He's in everything.
Every time I see a movie, I see
Samuel
What do you
Jackson.
think that he's done that's Oscar worthy?
Oh man, I like
The Negotiator.
That was a good one.
The Negotiator.
Yep, that was a good one. And he did another movie. I can't think of the name of it where he was playing a
The Soldier.
no, he was it was about he was a teacher, I think, and he was in the hood and he went out and killed those boys who.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He was it was like a vendetta movie.
Yeah,
I know what he's talking
that
about.
That was an awesome movie.
Yeah, that was really good.
I love that.
But do you really think he is worried about that? Like,
No,
I honestly
'cause
don't.
He
I honestly
consistently working.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think he does not care because
He
he's
doesn't
like
care.
one of the.
He'll call you an MF in a minute and
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
He'll call
I
you-
mean,
But see-
I don't even think he cares about.
But see, that's the difference between he's consistently working,
Yeah,
and that's
all
what
the
you
time.
want to do in this business
Yeah.
is consistently work. He know how to stay in his lane, mind his business, and just work,
And
Yeah.
just work.
and does well at it.
And do Capital
You know?
One commercials.
And he's like, I'm trying to make all the money.
Right.
All the money.
All
Right.
the money.
right,
I'm like, I want everybody's money. I
Right.
want all
Right.
the money.
I mean, there's so many films he's done. I can't put my finger on it. That
So-
this man
so-
deserves an Oscar.
So,
I mean, if anybody deserves an Oscar,
Okay, nominated
I gotta
for it.
say Angela Bassett. Like
oh
this,
yeah,
this
Oh,
woman.
yeah. She
I
should have
mean,
been got one.
yes,
Long, she should have been
She-
actually the first. Cause she
Yes.
did what's her name way back.
Yes.
What's that movie with Tina?
yes. What's up got to do with it?
man.
Yeah.
She killed that.
Yes. That I mean, I
She
just
killed
can't. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
But,
she's-
hey.
What's love got to do with it? That's a film that's always hard for me to watch. It's always hard for me to watch. The thought of a man putting his hands on a woman. That thought alone it irks me. Even before my daughter was born, I hated that. It's like, dude, walk away.
Right.
No matter what she says, I don't care if she burns your clothes or everything. Take the car keys and go.
Yeah.
Go. And don't fool with her no more. It's not worth it. To put your hands on a woman, I got a problem with that. All this domestic violence stuff going on. But anyway.
So
yeah.
what? So if you had an opportunity to work with an actor or actress opposite them, who would that be? Who would be your ultimate actress or actor you want to play opposite of?
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
Yes, that was mine. For obvious reasons.
Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson.
For obvious.
I love Denzel. Okay, I love Denzel. I will be shell shocked to be on set with him, but someone that's going to keep me going. It'll be Denzel Washington. Now on the other side, as an actress,
Right.
Kerry Washington.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She doing her thing.
Kerry Washington.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are the two that I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it.
My female is Paula Patton, but I don't know why.
I thought about
love
her too. She's
I love Paula
It's so
Patton. I just
ironic.
don't know why. Every time I see
What
that
else?
movie,
She's
I gotta
second
watch
in
it.
line after Kerry Washington. She's second in line.
Yeah, I love her. I just think
Paula
she's
Patton.
just so. She
And she's
hasn't done
underrated.
nothing. Right. She hasn't done nothing just extreme out there yet. But I just like her style. Like I don't know what it is about her. I just like her flow and how
When
she
she
acts.
did Mission Impossible 4
Yeah.
with Tom Cruise, she got me.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
I liked her in that.
Mission
Really?
Hmm. Impossible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she was badass.
I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm completely like opposite. I'm like, I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan of Paula
I'm
Patton?
not a fan.
I'm a
Wow,
huge
I
fan
like
of Paula
I'm not,
Patton.
I think
Yeah.
she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Not a fan of her acting.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Okay,
No,
do me a
I'm
favor.
just not.
Do me a favor. Go watch Mission Impossible 4.
I've seen it.
Ghost Protocol.
I've seen it.
Okay. You seen it and you still didn't like it?
I mean,
Lord.
I think
Well,
she's
she was
good. I think
alright.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah. That's a classic response.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you could play opposite a female, who would it be?
Opposite of female?
Yeah.
Ooh. It will probably be who I named.
Yep.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
It
You know
will be
what?
Angela Bassett.
This is the thing, though. If
she
you
would-
play opposite
Woo.
of her, you got to come strong.
Exactly.
Because she is really, really powerful.
Exactly.
So-
That's gonna push you to just.
Right.
You
I
can be
get
like,
it.
oh my god,
I get it.
I gotta bring it. I gotta make them be like, that's Angela, but who is that?
Now,
Now, what? Now, hold on. What about guy? Who would be the guy you want to play opposite of?
But he already said it. Like,
Dwayne
listen,
Johnson.
I have
You
loved
just like
him.
how he looked.
Listen,
Everyone
I have-
likes how he looked.
um,
Dwayne Johnson,
Now-
The Rock.
I think we
He
talked
just
about
looks so good.
now as a Caucasian actor
Oh,
that I would love to work alongside with
Mm-hmm.
Al Pacino.
Oh, that's
Al
powerful.
Pacino and Russell Crowe.
Okay, now Russell Crowe.
I
is my
really
favorite.
like
I would
Russell
say
Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
That he's one of my favorites.
You know, I would be nervous to be on set with Al Pacino. Like, you know, and of course, you can't forget Robert De Niro.
Right.
Those are the men that I would, you know, you made it when you make it on set with them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, with them, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
But female, Angelina Jolie, of course.
I was gonna say Angelina Jolie. For me,
Angelina Jolie.
but she's freaking awesome.
She's
boy.
awesome. Angelina Jolie.
And I would want to play a action film with her because she does amazing action films. So all day, Angelina Jolie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What about you?
We're talking Caucasian.
Yeah.
Male. You know what? I really like Matthew McConaughey. I really like
That's not
Matthew.
surprising.
Matthew
I like
McConaughey.
that.
Because-
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's done. I mean, his range from doing different. He can be funny.
Yeah.
He can be like,
Yeah.
serious. Like all the roles that I've seen him in. Like I think he would. Yeah, I would really like.
Okay.
I think I would enjoy.
I can actually see you playing opposite
him
Matthew McConaughey.
and also Leonardo DiCaprio too. I
Yeah,
love
he's
Leonardo
very powerful.
DiCaprio.
That's my daughter's
I
favorite.
fell in love with him when on Titanic. That was it. I said, okay, I like Leonardo.
You know
That
what
was
my favorite movie is
What?
of his?
Titanic?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Really?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
He was a beast on that.
Yes.
He was a
my
beast on
gosh.
that.
Yeah.
I
Wolf of
completely
Wall Street.
forgot he was Leonardo DiCaprio. Like I thought he was, I don't know the guy who actually he played, but
yeah.
he's like a real life guy. And
Right.
I was looking at him like, this is him. Like
Right.
when you forget who this person is, that's when they've just completely
Right.
destroyed
So-
the role.
So now we got the actors out the way. Now, what is your favorite movie of all time? Now,
Favorite movie?
yes,
You gotta
man.
give me
Man.
You gotta at least give me a
movie,
top
man.
5
Well, I'm gonna tell
or
you
top 3.
my probably if just off the top of my head, the first one that comes to mind is Coming to America.
Okay.
And Coming to America, I've heard they're coming out with a sequel to Coming to America.
Really?
Yes.
Are they using? Please tell me they're using this.
I
They're
think
using
it's
the original
been
cast.
Oh my God.
They're using the
That's
original
going
cast.
Eddie Murphy. It wouldn't be good without Eddie Murphy.
it's supposed to be like he had a child, I think, with one of the girls from the club when he was searching for his queen.
Right.
When
Yeah,
they
so
missed-
he kind of like had like
Oh.
a one night stand or something like that, and then a child was so. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm excited about that. So I love Coming to America. I know that movie
So-
line
Man, him,
by line.
Me too.
him, and Arsenio Hall
Man,
play I don't know how many different characters all together, and they nailed every last
Yes.
one. My favorite was the church scene when they was out there.
Sex chocolate.
Yep. And he just dropped the mic. Man,
No,
I just died on that.
the guy who when they were passing the chicken
And he
bones,
put
he
the
was like,
chicken bone.
that boy good. That boy good.
You must be crazy. That boy, you must be crazy. Yeah, good and terrible.
Oh.
Good and terrible.
I love that
Yep.
movie.
That movie is awesome. That is one of my favorite
So-
movies as well. But I'm a love story type of guy.
Okay.
So, one of my favorite love stories of all time,
If you say it, I'm gonna be like, what? I'm
The Notebook.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
What?
The
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 Notebook?
Notebook. I love the Notebook.
Yo.
I would not even expect that from the
Man,
Notebook.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you why.
Yes.
Because I think there's not a better significant film that I've seen that can express the love that two people have between each other like that
Yes.
movie did.
Yes.
Because at the end of that movie, they died together.
Together,
They grew
yes.
together. They died together.
Romeo and
Like
Juliet.
that was,
kinda,
dude. That movie. That's the only movie I saw that was like that actually made me down near cry. You know what I mean?
I love
Because
that
it was
Speaking
so passionate.
Speaking of cry,
It was so passionate.
that leads to my favorite movie of all time. This is the only movie that actually drew a tear to my eye.
What's that?
Gladiator.
Gladiator? Really?
Gladiator.
At the end.
At the end
At
when
the
he
end.
died.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
Gladiator.
That's one of my favorite movies. Too.
Gladiator is my number one.
That movie is really.
Yeah.
I watch it every time it come on.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to.
Gladiator. Of course.
I love those epic movies, so I love
Yeah.
those
Star
movies.
Wars.
And I mean,
Star Wars for me. Lord of the Rings.
Man, I have
Star
not.
Oh,
Wars.
you're
Yeah.
I cannot
Lord of the
do
Rings.
Rings.
I have not.
And
been
all
to-
the Mission
I cannot
Impossible
catch
films.
on to Star
Okay.
Wars to save my life. I try. I try.
you're not a Trekkie.
I'm not a
Star,
tricky. I can't
Star,
do
Star
it.
Wars.
I can't do it.
Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
Because
those are
I
my-
feel like they doing too much with
That's
Star
Star
Wars.
Trek. I'm sorry,
Star Trek,
Star
right.
Wars. Two
Yeah.
different things: Star Wars and Star Trek.
Well, I'm talking about
Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, they doing too. I think they going too far. Like,
And Fast and the Furious movies too.
oh, I'm a Fast and Furious fan. I've
Right.
seen them all. I've seen
Right.
them all over and over again. I would love to do a movie like that.
Me too.
Vin Diesel is one of my favorite actors. He just always
Do
has
this
been.
thing. Yep.
Really?
Somebody just said, "Wardell, you told the end of the movie. I haven't seen it. I don't know what movie that is you talking about. We talk about several of them.
And he's probably talking about Gladiator when, when he was saying that movie brought a tear to
It
his
brought
eye.
a tear to my eye. It brought a tear to my eye the first time I watched it. I said the tear came out because I'm like, this is so not fair.
Yeah,
This is not fair for him
But
to
it
go
was
out
a great
for him to go out
ending.
like that.
but it was
You
great
know,
He
because
wanted because he wanted to be
he
back
went
with his
home.
wife and son.
Yeah, he went home. with his wife and son.
that's
That
where he
was
wanted to be.
Beautiful ending.
Yeah,
But he had a chance to lead Rome.
but that's not what he
Yeah.
wanted.
He didn't want Rome. He just wanted to free the people.
Give
of
us
Rome.
free.
Yes,
Give
I'm a
us
star.
free.
It was almost.
Give us free.
It was almost
free.
Christian-like because he died to save his people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the symbolism of it.
It's the movie Gladiator brought a lot of motivation for me. If I'm about to go do something and I need some sort of motivation, I go watch Gladiator because it's a motivation film. It's a motivation film, but the way it ended, it was just heartbreaking for me. My daughter looked at me. She was like, "You crying?"
Okay, we
We
got
got
a
a call.
we got a call coming in.
The call makes you wanna.
This is Wardell Richardson on WCEGWOOD, the Hollywood of the South. Who's calling?
Yeah, this is Kyan Dixon.
This is who?
Kyan Dixon.
Kyan Dixon. How you doing?
I'm good. I was just watching y'all online. I was talking about movies. Some of the movies I haven't seen, but I seen somebody comment about The Notebook. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Right.
I'm kind of like young, but kind of coming of age. I'm 27, so I haven't seen Gladiator, but I'm gonna have to go check that one out.
Man,
Yeah,
you
I
have
see
got
that.
to check out Gladiator.
Yeah.
That's one of the best movies out. It's a
Yeah.
great film. And I think it won best. 1 year it won best picture.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Yep.
So
So
y'all got to excuse me. I'm kind of stopped up this weather. But,
Okay.
I was just checking y'all out. Want to show y'all some love. So,
Appreciate it,
appreciate
man.
it, man. Thanks for
We
calling
appreciate
in.
you, man. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate you.
oh, yeah.
All right, bro.
Same here. I have a blessed night.
All right, you
You
too.
too.
Hey, Reese checking in. Who played opposite me in the Last Time movie, saying great show, Wardell. Thank you, Reese. So we got The Notebook, which I love. Titanic is my second when I talk about love stories.
Okay, love stories.
And I know this is just crazy, but Love and Basketball.
Oh yeah, that's like
Yeah,
that's like
that's a great.
I
I
think
just-
that's considered like a black cult classic, like Love and
Oh, that's a
Basketball.
I just have to
Yeah.
watch it every time
We
it
talk
come
about
on. I have to
Yeah.
watch
talking
it.
about
Every
cult
time.
classics. Come on,
Yeah.
New Jack
Yeah.
City. You got to throw New Jack
Oh,
City. Nino Brown.
what?
Oh,
New
yeah.
Jack
That
City.
was- that
was a
Jack
bad
City.
movie right
Yeah.
there.
Yes. Yeah.
If
So-
they made a sequel of that, what would you
Who
think?
did that? Mario
Mario
Van
Van
Peebles,
Peebles,
right?
If they had to remake that, I can only imagine.
Oh man.
right now.
Now I'm thinking about Posse because I'm thinking about Mario Van Peebles. I used to want to be Sally Richardson in that movie. Posse.
Really?
Yes.
Remember
Oh
Sugar Hill?
wow.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Sugar Hill?
Sugar Hill. Yeah. I remember Sugar Hill.
Yeah,
That's
Sugar
a
Hill.
crazy movie.
Wesley
right there.
Snipes.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes is a beast, man.
Another underrated actor.
I don't know if you've seen him lately. He ain't looking too good, but he's a great actor.
He ain't looking too good.
I don't know what happened to him. He did, cause he went to jail for
Fraud.
fraud,
Tax fraud.
the tax fraud thing, and now he just I don't know. I hope he bring himself back because he was one of my favorite actors.
Remember Blade?
Blade is one of my.
I'm surprised he hasn't done a
Blade
Marvel
movies.
movie yet. They should throw him in a Marvel movie. He'll do it.
Right.
I mean, put him in Blade, The Act of War, of course, Nino Brown,
Yeah.
Brooklyn's Finest.
Yeah.
You know.
He's played some really good roles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Money Train.
Yeah, Money. Oh, yeah, with Jennifer Lopez. Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez, Money
Yeah,
Train.
man, that was a good movie.
You know, White Man
But
Can't Jump.
Also, one of my favorite actors is Will Smith, who
Oh, yeah.
has played some amazing roles. Amazing roles, man. Like, I would love to play opposite him in the movie.
Right.
Absolutely.
Ali, when he played Ali,
Yeah,
that was my favorite movie I've ever seen him in. Ali.
yeah,
I think my favorite movie would be like Pursuit of Happiness.
yeah.
I really that.
And
now
he
that,
cried in the
That
end.
movie.
He cried in the end.
Yeah.
He
It was
cried
like
in the end.
it was like, man, you see this guy
He
struggling,
went through
and
so
then, yes,
much.
and then to see him like come out as such a success at the
Right.
end, he was so happy.
And his
he was
wife
able to
had
take care of his
left him.
son.
Right,
yes.
left him and he took care of his
Everything,
son.
like, he
and the
just
guy
went
who
through it.
played at the end just walked through the
Right.
walked through.
Yeah.
I'm like,
The
that's
actual
pretty
guy,
cool. The
yeah.
actual guy,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. Hey, Money, we've been talking about you a couple times today. You know, about our projects and stuff that we're doing.
So, Toby,
Yeah.
what is your ultimate goal? Like, when it comes to making films, being an actor, when you see yourself in the future, because I'm not trying to say, because I don't think I could ever say, I'm here, I made it. You know what I mean? What is your goal? Like, what is the biggest thing that you're trying to achieve and want people to know about you when you get to a certain level, like where you're trying to go to?
The ability to help people who were in my shoes, who were once in my shoes.
Okay.
I get the biggest joy just to see the smile on their faces. That is the reason why Atlanta Takedown is so important. That's why this project is more. I have a crew, a cast of over 20 people, part of this cast, and the production crew, and the directors. So I feel like I'm carrying something with these guys. I'm leading these guys. You know, myself, Jules, Money, John, all of us, we're carrying this project because a lot of these actors, just like me, we want that one that's going to open the floodgates. And for me to carry it with me, it's not pressure, it's joy. It's joy because once we get this across, it's not impacting me. It's impacting everybody that's part of this project.
Right.
So that brings joy to my face. Of course, the notoriety, the money, of course, it's going to be there. That's great. We all need that. But the biggest joy for me would be the opportunity for me to help every actor that's part of any project that I do, to help them, to
Right.
give them that face time, that face value. That alone is a gift in itself for me. You can't put a price on something like that. You can't.
Right. So once you get to that point, okay, and you feel like you've helped people and stuff like that. Now, for you personally,
Now, personally,
yeah,
that's a good question.
yeah, because when people ask me that question, I always pause for a minute.
That's what I'm
because
doing.
It's,
I have
it's
to think
it's
about
an
it.
array of things.
It's an array of things.
And, you know, one thing that I'm getting ready to do is launch my film company, Rain Dance Films. I've been promoting that a little bit. And I have several films and TV series under my belt. And one of the things I've always wanted to do, and that I haven't done yet, and see, both of y'all have done this already, is a film that's just mine. That's just shoot my own first film. I done shot other people's films.
Of
I
course.
produced other people's films. I
Right.
directed other people's films. I've done all kind of stuff, but I haven't done my own yet. That's just mine. You know.
That you wrote.
Yeah.
and-
Well,
okay.
I'm not a writer So
Yes,
I
you
can
are.
give somebody.
You just haven't tapped into it
Right.
yet.
I can give somebody my idea, and then they can write it for me.
Okay.
But which is what's happening now. I got someone writing the movie for me now, and I kind of put the synopsis and stuff down.
Well,
and I know.
I gotta say this, Wardell. You are a writer. You just need to dig deep down. I didn't think I could write, and I know y'all get tired of me when I mention Money again. Money was the one who inspired me to write. She looked at me one afternoon. I'll never forget. She said, "Yes, you can." I said, "No, I can't write. I gotta do screenplays. I gotta write a story. This and that." Yes, you can. So it was her telling me, "Just try it."
Right.
Just write it and see what happens.
Right.
That's when Passion and Pain came along. My first film that I wrote with
Okay.
Kenny Hendricks. Kenny Hendricks, Passion and Pain. So I wrote Passion and Pain, and that's when I won my first ever award because of something I wrote. I said, okay, let me take it one step further. Then I wrote Atlanta Takedown.
Okay.
Then I wrote The Dispute. Twice as nice. I'm writing. All I need is someone to do a screenplay for me. So, the premise to why I'm saying this is, you can write. All you got to do is sit down.
That's my problem.
Sit down.
That's my problem.
Think of the story and draft it, and let somebody proofread it for you. Period.
I am always on the go. I am always on the go, and I try to sit down. I've tried to sit down and write. It's just, I will have this idea, and as soon as I get to sitting down and getting ready to write, it's like, oh man, what happened? Now what did I think? Now what? And then one of my friends was like, look, you need to take a recorder with you, and whenever you come up with something, you just say it in the recorder, and then when you get home, you just write it down. I was like, I'll try that. I haven't tried that yet, but I'll try it because I have great ideas, like some of the movie ideas and stuff. I've told one of my friends, like, you have got to make that into a movie because nothing out there like that. And I said, I know.
Write it.
But I got to take the time to
Write the
it,
story.
you know?
What do you can do? Write it.
You know, it'll come eventually. You know, eventually I'll work on it.
When I told you the story about Atlanta
I'll
Takedown, it was supposed to be a short film. Now we've wrote an entire season. Now I'm thinking about once we get on the table now with Atlanta Takedown, then I have to start writing season 2. And I said I am definitely not writing that by myself, but it's too much work. I'm gonna need a co-writer to help me write season 2 and 3.
Right.
You know, so you can do it.
I'm thinking about it.
All right.
I'm thinking about it. It's coming. I just gotta work on because I'm just not a sit down type person. Like I gotta be, you know. When I was in school, one of the things I hated doing was writing. I just hated writing, and because I hated writing, it made it hard. But I always wrote well. Like I wrote good stories and stuff when I had to. But I hated writing. I don't know why. I just hate sitting down and just being still and writing. I like to do stuff. I like to be active.
What prompted me to writing was because of some personal things I was going through in my life.
Right.
And I asked God. I said, okay, Lord, when things like this happen, a couple of things...
Take it to your advantage.
Right. A couple of things happen. Sometimes you can go into drinking. Your life can go into a spiral. Go into drinking, can go to drugs, and go into something really negative. Mm-hmm. And I asked God to please give me something where I could channel my energy. My energy, turn the energy that I had, turn it into positive energy. And I'll put it out there. There's a big time writer who said, instead of you sitting down for auditions, going to auditions or sitting in somebody's audition, trying to get casted for a show or something, why don't you write your own? Write your own. Sit down and just write it.
Right.
And that's what I did. And with my friend, with money motivated me, like, just write it. Just write it. What's the worst somebody will say? It sucks. At least you tried. So I went back and write it. So that's my
something
thing.
else.
Yeah, you got a point there.
You know, so yeah.
So,
right seats, let those see the story. Right
All
seats.
they can do is
So
say no.
Zuri, as a female in the
Yes.
business, do you feel like it's harder for women than it is for men? Or do you feel like it's easier for women than it is for men?
You know what? I really don't know because I'm really getting started
with
with
in it?
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I haven't experienced anything.
So you still
It's-
building, okay, so
Yes.
let me just say this, because I hear this from a lot of different women and stuff, and they always tell me it's harder for them than it is for men, because for women, number one, if you're an attractive woman, they always want to see some skin. They always try that. The other thing is for women, because especially if they're in Atlanta, I had one woman tell me this. She's like, "You so many pretty women here, da, 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 da." You know, like I'm just one in a bunch, you know. And so and for me, I'm just like, well, for me, I try to be very distinctive and different, you know. And that's what I would tell people, you know, just be different. Like you don't, so what? You know, just go in there and do something and be different than the average person. So when I say that, I'm just asking because, you know, I know you're getting into it and stuff. You're going to start seeing these challenges and stuff. And then you're going to start seeing people, you know, you go to audition and stuff, and girls go in, they look, and guys do the same thing. They go and look, so I'm going against. Okay. And then they try to
check out the
distract
competition.
you.
Right.
Yep. Then they try to distract you, get you off your game for a minute. You know, I done seen it all, been there, done that.
That's why I sit in my car. I can't remember the last time I've done an audition, but if I have to do an audition with somebody, if my agent gets me something, I sit in the car.
Yeah, when my agent gives me something, I definitely go and audition, but I rarely audition.
I rarely audition too. I never thought it would come to that
rarely.
day where I rarely audition.
Yeah,
Really?
I rarely audition.
I create my own.
But I love auditioning. You know, I'm always ready. If somebody wanted me, in fact, I got an audition I got to do before the 29th. So, and it's not through my agent. It's another guy who's doing the film, and he sent me the size and stuff. I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out. But the audition is pretty unique. I haven't seen an audition like this one.
Really?
Oh yeah, this is very unique. Cause you know, with most auditions, you don't have to use props or anything. It's just an audition. But this one is kind of hard to do without props. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make this thing work. I've been processing it in my mind, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna do it.
You know, they're casting for that the BMF movie that 50 Cent is.
Yeah, everybody
So-
and their mama's gonna be out there.
But they don't have he's actually doing the ones you can submit online. Like,
Yeah, I
you know.
submitted.
Yeah, you did?
Yep.
There's only like one female role, and I was
Yeah,
like,
and that was only one role that fits me.
yeah, so I thought about doing it, and I was like, and I still may, you know.
Well,
but I was
Bad
like,
Boys 3 is filming, according to Reese. She just said Bad Boys 3 is filming here now.
He's filming here now. Yep.
But you know, online, and I need to say this, people be careful because there's been people that's been doing auditions and they're saying you have to pay. When you get there, they're telling you have to pay to be a part of the cast to do something. And that's all a bunch of baloney. Bunch of baloney. And then they say they're going to call you back and all this kind of stuff and they want you to pay something. And I was like, what? Where did they do that at? So be careful, people, when you go out here, because people are taking advantage. They're going to always find a way to try to take advantage of people who really don't know what they're doing when it comes to casting. You don't have to pay
No, you don't.
to cast. You just
And
go
that's so
do
wrong.
an audition.
Same thing with
Whoever
modeling.
came up with that, that's so wrong.
Yeah,
It's people always try to find a way to make money.
Yeah.
Always try to find a way to make money. And you just have to be aware of what's going on. There are agencies out here who are saying come work with them and pay a ton load of money.
Any agency that says you should come pay, don't do it.
No, well, there are classes you can take.
That's
and classes
different.
are not expensive as
Right.
people think.
Right.
You can go and take and do classes for $80-something a month, not a week. Go pay and then go and take classes. There are some classes
are
you
they
can
good
take.
classes though?
Yeah, some of them are really
Oh
good.
yeah, my school
Now-
where I went to acting school is in Buford, called
Now-
called the Actors Scene.
Now the school out on
Mm-hmm.
the north side, on the south side, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now, but he has a big school, and his is like $300-something a month. But he's well known.
He's a well-known actor. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's very well known. And so his classes are the bomb. Though everybody I know that went there
he
said his
was in
classes
Remember
are
the Titans
incredible.
with Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
I
he's
know
been
what
in.
you're talking about.
Every time you look on TV, he's on something.
There's
He's
another.
in Greenleaf. I think he was in
He's in
Greenleaf.
Greenleaf too.
What do you know about the I think is it the Actor Studio? It's in Buckhead, right next to the where the Mercedes dealership is off of Piedmont.
Oh, you talking about Nick Cunty?
Yes.
His classes are awesome.
Yeah, I heard that
His
he
classes
was
are
a
awesome.
like really good class.
And then the
There's like
actors,
a waiting list, I think, or something.
the actors scene in Buford. That's where I went for 3 years. The actors, it's called the actors scene in Buford. The owner is awesome, Miss Campbell, and of course my acting coach out there, Jonna Johnson. You know Jonna?
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Jonna.
she was my.
Now,
first-
Jonna was in studio. She came in and interviewed with me because she
Okay.
does the unique acting. Out the Chub. The Chub. Am I saying it right? I think it's right.
Yeah, Jonna Johnson. She was.
And
She's
the
awesome.
Chub technique, and I'm enlisting to go take her classes because her classes. she is a beast. She's the only one on this side of the United States who teaches that.
Who, Jonna?
Yeah.
What class is that?
The Chub, what is it called? Isn't it the Chub?
The Chub technique.
The Chub technique, yeah. Because it was originated. I had read up on the woman who actually, because her name is something Chubb, Ivana Chubb or something like that, and she has only a few people that knows how to teach her class. Everybody can't teach her stuff, and Jonna is the only one on the East Coast that can teach her class.
Coach, you'll see me soon.
And her classes like fill up quick. Like she has to put a limit on, but she's really good. Ivana Chubbuck, that's it. Thank you, Reese. Ivana Chubbuck.
Hey, Reese.
Chubbuck technique.
How you doing?
Yep, she's on here. And the power of the actor. Yep. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Reese.
Thank you, Reese.
You got my back. You got
Appreciate
my back.
you.
I'm gonna hit you up afterwards. I
Now,
appreciate
Miss
it.
Reese, I'm gonna put it out there if you're listening. You next. I gotta get on set with you in one way or another.
Look at her. Hold
You
on.
know where to find
Hold
me.
on. See, Reese, you trying to play with Reese? She's a beast now.
I know she's a beast. I'm a beast too.
That's why I had to come hard on the Last Time movie, because when I played opposite her, like she was so fearful of me, I had to come harder. You know what I'm saying? So when you play with people like that, it just draws everything out of you. Like I was wore out. We was wore out. We shot when we shot that. We shot from 7 in the morning to like 4 the next morning, and had to be back on set at 7. Like we went hard on that movie, and it was a lot of fun.
I ain't scared. Miss Reese, bring it on. I got something too.
Reese ain't no joke, man.
Yep.
Reese ain't no joke. She's a beast with that. And I love playing with people like that. I love acting with people that would challenge me and bring more out of me. But at the same time, as an actor, you're going to get to a point. Yep. Reese said you got to give them something to play off of, and you're right. You get to a point where you get some actors, and they're not as strong as you are. So you have to bring them to your level.
Bring it to your level.
Sometimes they'll get there, sometimes they won't.
Sometimes, and then when you have two good actor and actresses who are pushing each other,
Right.
And God rest her soul, one of my very dear friends, she passed away last year. Chelsea Ray.
Yes.
Yeah,
Chelse's an incredible
She was an
actress.
incredible actress.
Yeah.
She pushed me on my film when we
Right.
did Fixation. She pushed me. I pushed her. She would push me where we cut. She was like, "Okay, Tobie, here's what you should do. Do this and do that, and I'm gonna feed off of it. If I miss a line, she knows where to pick it up. When she missed a line, I know where to pick it up from.
Right.
And sometimes you don't even know that we missed a line. She said, you missed your line. I said, no. Did you know you missed your line? No. So we feed off each other, and Chelsea was she was awesome. She was awesome, and she's sorely missed. I miss Chelsea. We had plans to do work actually this year.
She was a great actress, man.
She was great.
Great, beautiful family.
Beautiful family,
Yeah.
and her husband. Oh man, Anthony. That man is a strong man. He's stronger than
Yeah.
me.
Shout out to
shout out
Anthony.
to Anthony,
Yeah.
man. Anthony
He survived. They was in a bad car crash in Texas,
in Texas.
and her and the kids all passed away, and he survived.
He survived. Him and his oldest daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah, and his mom So
yeah, his mom.
yeah, I just saw Anthony actually a few weeks ago, and I'm so happy to see him. So shout out to you, Anthony. Shout out to you, and I'm still praying for you. Still praying.
And on that note, we almost at the end of the show. So before we go, Tobie, I want you to tell me one thing that you want to let people know about you that they don't know.
One thing about me that they don't know.
Yeah, something. Just give them a nugget, a little bit of you to let them know who you are as a person.
Who am I as a person? Love God first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lover of God. You know, and I care about people.
Okay.
I care about people. I think more about people first before myself. And like I said earlier, it's got me in some trouble. Yeah.
Zuri.
Yes.
She said yes.
You. What is it you want people to know about you?
I want people to know that I am a risk taker. I will try almost anything at
Okay.
least once.
I'm going to have to put you in one of my movies.
Come on.
Definitely.
Let's go for it.
All right, Tobie, let people know how they can reach you, your contact information.
Quickest way to get me, Facebook. Like my name says, TobieFamusipe3. And on Instagram, I am Tobieson. IamTobiesan.
All right. Zuri.
Okay, you guys, you can reach me on Facebook at Zuri McCants. Instagram is Z_authentically. And make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is, I think, YouTube, The Real Zuri, / The Z Spot. So check me out.
Oh, and make sure y'all check out the Z Spot. That's a very, she has a is it a podcast?
It's just a channel, a
Little
YouTube
channel?
channel
Okay.
show that we're doing. So
And I looked at the last one she had when she talked about R. Kelly. And they talked about R. Kelly. I'm not gonna bring him up on the show, but my opinion about the whole thing, I'm just gonna get that out. I think everybody is victim. Is a problem with that whole situation. His people, him, and the parents of the kid. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion about it. Mm-hmm. Because I have a daughter, and I'll be doggone if I don't know where she at until she old enough to be out the house by herself.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And I heard one interview where one of the women said, well, my mom was going, my grandmother had cancer and she was taking care of her and da-da-da-da. And, I couldn't, she said, that was more important. No. People go through sickness all their life. That's part of life. You know what I mean? That don't mean you ignore the people that's in the house or you abandon them or whatever. No child should be able to catch a flight and go to a whole nother state and you don't know about it. Are you serious?
Yeah, this is true.
So I don't care. I don't care how old. I don't care if you are not old enough to be out by yourself and you not out by yourself and you in my house, in my care, I'm going to know where you at.
Yep.
I don't care who's sick. I don't care what I got going on. I'm going to know where you at.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's just my opinion about it. People ain't got to like it.
I got a
Go to my
14-year-old
YouTube channel so you can see my opinion.
14-year-old daughter. I don't play.
Right.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody's attacking him, but it was like easy prey for him. Like they was just shipping him out, flying him out. You know what I'm saying? Like who? You know what?
That's another show.
Yeah, that's another show. We finna get off of that right there. Cause I'll be in here tripping.
Uh-huh.
But my name is Wardell Richardson. WCEGWOOD, the Hollywood of the South. Make sure you look me up under my name, Wardell Richardson, WARDELL Richardson. You put that in, you will see me on everything from Snapchat to YouTube to anything and everything. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'm on everything. So make sure you follow me and make sure if you're watching this show, show other people this show. Tag some of your friends, family. Let them see if they're thinking about getting into acting. This is a great show for them to watch. And give a shout out to Zuri McCants for being my co-host today. Thank you, Zuri.
Yay.
And you were very good. And
Thank
then
you for having me.
my man Tobie for
Thank you
coming
for
in the
having
me.
building.
Yes.
Appreciate
You know what I'm
you.
saying?
Nice to meet
Appreciate
you,
you,
Tobie.
Pam. Appreciate you guys. This means a lot to me.
And on that note, we are out. God bless you. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Let me do it. You wanna talk about it? We gon' talk about it. You wanna talk about it? That Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. Hollywood. Let me do it. WCEG, Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. That